Welcome, everyone. I'm a BIM implementation specialist at Graphisoft. In the next 20 minutes, I'll present you a little demonstration of our solutions and show you how you can do building information modeling with ARCHICAD. Before we jump into the demo, let me tell you a bit about our company, Graphisoft. As you can read from this slide, Graphisoft was founded in 1982, and 2 years later, our flagship product, the great BIM authoring tool, ARCHICAD, was born. Since 2007, Graphisoft has been part of the German software holding company, the Nemetschek Group. This slide shows some important details in the lifetime of Graphisoft. You can see the portrait of our founder, Gabor Boyar, who already in 1982, 1 year after the commercial introduction of the very first personal computer, succeeded to write a computer program for 3D modeling and clash detection on a PC. Soon after, our founder discovered that the best customers for his invention were architects. So ARCHICAD, the first BIM application for architectural design, was born. Only at that time, we called our method virtual building and not building information modeling. What do we mean by BIM? What is building information modeling? Well, according to the AIA, BIM is mainly concerned with the digital representation of buildings, but has also many other aspects, like shared information, which you collaborate with the different stakeholders of the construction project throughout its entire life cycle. In my presentation, I will try to discover all these aspects and show you how you can do building information modeling with Graphisoft solutions. Graphisoft's solution ecosystem is all about building information modeling. ARCHICAD, our BIM authoring tool, is the preferred design tool of more than 200,000 architects worldwide. BIM Server and BIM Cloud are solutions for smooth and intelligent collaboration for architectural design teams of any size. With BIMX, for BIM Data Access, our award-winning mobile application, even non-professionals can easily access and view the BIM models which were created by ARCHICAD. Let me start my presentation with BIMX. You might have noticed I have already been showing you these slides in BIMX. BIMX is also a great presentation tool. You can freely download it from the App Store. I'm just switching to the 3D model to show you our headquarters in Budapest. These are the two buildings where all the software development of our superb products is taking place. The facility itself comprises of two main buildings designed by two famous Hungarian architectural firms, Építész Studio and Lukács and Vikár Architects. See how easy it is to visualize the BIM model and orbit around. With the pinch zoom, you can explore any detail from the outside or from the inside. Let's zoom a bit closer to the front door. Building information modeling is all about information. You notice a rich set of metadata can be attached to the model elements. Even web links can be attached to building elements in ARCHICAD. These then can take you to the manufacturer's website for further information about the end product. These capabilities make the BIM model the perfect information management platform for the entire life cycle of the project. Let's go inside the building. You can easily walk around just as if you were playing with a computer game. This map shows all the locations in the world where we have direct or indirect representations. Let's walk upstairs. These virtual tours help the clients better understand the design and get familiar with the relations between interior spaces. Please note these great projects on the wall. All these buildings were designed with ARCHICAD by famous architectural design offices such as BIG, UDG, and others. Not only the 3D model, but also the entire construction documentation can be stored and viewed in our BIMX app. It means paperless construction sites. Construction managers can just walk about the construction site with an iPad in their hand, having the entire construction documentation at their fingertips. A unique feature of BIMX is that any 2D document can be placed in context of the 3D model, and the 3D model can be cut by the 2D document. This allows for much better understanding of the 2D documentation when viewed together with the 3D model. Like in the case of this section view, it is much easier for non-industry professionals to understand the 2D information when the section is placed across the 3D model. You can also move the 3D cutting plane to reveal the interior structure of the building at any location. Now that you have seen how simply you can access and view the BIM model in BIMX, let me show you how easily you can create the BIM model in ARCHICAD. Firstly, I would like to show you that ARCHICAD is a true BIM authoring application. Then, I will show you that ARCHICAD is very intuitive. You can have lots of fun while working with it. Lastly, I will give you everyday examples for how you can boost your productivity when working in ARCHICAD correctly in the BIM way. Let's see now what it means to work in ARCHICAD in a true BIM fashion. This is the same 3D view which you have seen in BIMX. We are just now in ARCHICAD. Having a building information model in ARCHICAD means all the project-related documentation is stored within a single project file. The Navigator tool allows you to easily overview and access any part of the documentation. For example, in this case, I am browsing among the floor plans sections and elevations. The information and its graphical representation on a view depends on the architectural context. For example, the false ceiling plan has completely different content and style of representation than the furniture layout. Navigator allows you to save and organize the different views of your BIM model in a fully customizable folder structure so that you can quickly access them at any time. Not only the building model related information, but also all the relevant drawings, schedules, and layouts are stored in the project file. All the drawings which make the architectural documentation complete are also an integrated part of the ARCHICAD project. In Navigator, the layout book lets you create and organize your final architectural layouts in any fashion you like. The most important aspect of building information modeling is that all of the documentation, all of the different views are live links to the central building information model. Therefore, you need to make a modification just once in a view, and all other views update instantly. Your documentation stays coordinated at all times. Let's look at an example. You can modify the BIM in any view you like. Let's create a copy of this window right here in the 3D perspective view. As you can see, it is a very simple exercise. You can easily work accurately in the perspective view with help of ARCHICAD's guidelines. Now let's have a look at the floor plan. As you can see, the window we duplicated in the 3D view is showing correctly on the floor plan. Let's see how easily you can further fine-tune this window. Windows, doors, and objects in ARCHICAD are parametric library parts. One object can store a complete product range. They can represent plenty of variations of a construction element. You can comfortably edit the different window parameters through a user-friendly graphical interface. Let's modify the number of window panes and the bottom pane height. Building information modeling means, in addition to the physical parameters, you can store a rich set of metadata with the building elements, For instance, in case of this window object, we can access its fine resistance rating, sound transmission, and many other important properties. The geometry of a window can be edited graphically in the 3D window or in an elevation view. For example, I can easily stretch the height of this window or change its transom height to align with the other. Graphical editing makes the use of ARCHICAD really enjoyable for architects. At any stage of the project, you can instantly extract any information of the building information model as lists or schedules. Even graphic schedules can be created. Let's take this window schedules as an example. Just like in any other views in ARCHICAD, you can edit the model elements also in schedules. Let's change the height of this window to be exactly the same as this other window, 3 meters and 8 centimeters. Let's check our elevation. As you can see, the elevation has been updated and the window height has been changed. You now probably realize how much time and effort can be saved by working in a real building information modeling fashion. You only have to build up your building information model once, and any changes you make will be automatically updated in all other views instantly. ARCHICAD offers a huge productivity gain compared to traditional 2D CAD-based workflows. ARCHICAD significantly reduces the time spent on project modifications. Another important aspect of a BIM application is the type of local content that comes with the software. And how easy is it to customize these ready-made construction elements? To check this out, let's first visualize only part of this model with help of the marquee tool and furnish the entrance hall with some seating furniture. ARCHICAD comes with a pre-installed library of more than 1,000 generic architectural elements. These objects are parametric in their finest details and are customized to your local standards. Through changing their parameters, these elements can represent numberless different products, all in very compact file sizes, due to the smart GDL programming language invented by Graphisoft. For example, let's change the layout of this furniture piece. You can easily modify the number and type of sofas on each side. Let's have 2 armchairs on the top side, just like we have them on the bottom side. Besides the geometry, 2D representation as well as the materials of the objects can be freely customized. Let's change the materials of the armchairs to be leather. And voila! With only a single click, you can place the object into the entrance hall. So far, I have shown you the essence of what it means to work with ARCHICAD, a true BIM authoring tool. You have seen how much time and effort can be saved when working with a building information model. In the next part of my presentation, I would like to show you some intuitive solutions that will make working in ARCHICAD lots of fun. After all, it is very important that you like working with the tool you spend most of your day with. When elaborating a small portion of a large model, it is imperative that you can easily cut down the model to the actual part you want to be editing. Interactive cutting planes provides a simple way to reveal the internal parts of the model. Besides its practicality, it is also very spectacular and fun to use, isn't it? ARCHICAD has a layer structure, which can be very helpful in organizing information in a logical manner. With the help of switching off layers, you can quickly eliminate the model content you do not want to work on. Layers also help AutoCAD-based offices to convert their office standards to the new BIM environment. ARCHICAD is known for its user-friendly BIM modeling solutions. Let me illustrate it with a little exercise. Let's divide up this office and place a partition in the middle. You can select the type of wall you prefer with the help of ARCHICAD's graphical favorites functionality. A favorite stores all the parameters of an ARCHICAD tool. Thus, it helps a lot to promote standards within the architectural office. Like in this case, the partition is made up of a double layer of plasterboards. Building information modeling also means you can store additional data with your model elements. For example, all the exact physical characteristics of the wall can be detailed and stored with the Wall tool. To work in ARCHICAD accurately is simple in any view. With the help of the Smart Cursor and intersection points, you can easily snap to any elements, like in this case, the halving point or the perpendicular point. Let's have a closer look at this T-junction. The buildup of our newly placed partition is different to the other partitions. We do not need a double layer of gypsum boarding. How can we change this partition to be exactly the same as the others? In ARCHICAD, there is a smart way of picking up the parameters of an element and transferring them to another. With the help of the pipette, you can just click any element to pick up its parameters, and with the help of the syringe, you can transfer them to another element. It's so easy to instantly modify elements. Now let me talk about the accuracy and the level of details in ARCHICAD. Let's see the other end of this partition and examine its connection with the external wall. As you can see, the wall composites are not connecting properly. The gypsum boards are cutting into the plaster of the external wall. This is easy to change since intersections in ARCHICAD are handled automatically via building material properties. Just select the two composites and adjust the intersection priority of the plaster to be stronger. Here it is. The wall junction is now correct. Intersection priorities, based on building materials, make sure the connection of composite structures will be 100% correct on all views of the project. Furthermore, the bill of quantities subtracted from the BIM models will be very precise, allowing the contractors to achieve high level of accuracy in their cost estimations. Next, let's edit the boundary of this wall. In ARCHICAD, there is a consistent and really graphical method for editing BIM elements. The Pet palette is at your fingertips when you need to quickly edit a placed item in ARCHICAD. Let's create a curve on this wall segment here in the 3D window. The Pet palette works similarly in any view. You can bend the other segment of this wall just like you did it in 3D before. With the help of the Pet palette editing elements in ARCHICAD, it is easy and fun. While working in a section view, often you would need to see where your edited element is located on the floor plan. Trace and reference functionality allows you to trace your current view on top of another. I can instantly change the color of the traced view to have a better visibility. Trace and reference is a great help getting instant feedback about your edited element rather than having to switch between different views. Besides, trace and reference can also help you to convert your existing 2D CAD drawings into real BIM models. So far, I have showed you a couple of intuitive features that make your work in ARCHICAD so much fun. Now I would like to concentrate on those functionalities which will help you be more productive. At the end of the day, architects get paid for their design, and the end product of their design is the documentation. Let's see a few nice touches in ARCHICAD which will help you create the documentation faster. First, let's have a look at dimensioning. Automatic dimensioning is a typical functionality which allows you to spend more time on design and less on repetitive documentation chores. You just need to select the elements you want to dimension, and ARCHICAD will do the rest for you. Of course, these dimensions are associative. They update automatically as you modify the dimensioned elements. There's another great time saver functionality, the 3D document. One 3D view can tell a lot more about the design intent than plenty of 2D drawings. Therefore, 3D documents are really useful for conveying the design intent to clients or contractors. Let's see an example. To make the 3D view more plastic and beautiful, let's add a bit of sun shadows. You can even add dimensioning within the perspective environment. Let's place a dimension line. As easily as this, you can dimension model elements in this perspective view. Now let's place some labels. As you can see, the information of the model elements, like the building materials, in this case can be retrieved even in this graphical view. 3D documents enhance the design communication with contractors and clients by revealing complex details of your buildings. Let's have a look at a section. This is a model view. No additional drafting work has been done to finalize this view. Yet the composite junctions look perfectly okay. All this is due to the smart building materials and intersection priorities. Your 150 construction documentation can be automatically derived from the BIM without additional 2D drafting work. As a result of intersection priorities based on building materials, not only the representation of construction elements will be correct, but also the qualities derived from the building information model will be accurate. Exact quantity takeoffs can be created by just a few clicks. When it comes to creating details in larger scale, you can use ARCHICAD's dedicated detail tool. The model elements within the details boundary will be automatically clipped into the details window. And you can use ARCHICAD's complete 2D toolbox to finalize them. For example, you can just place dimensions on the detail. Or like in this case, the detail was further elaborated by 2D lines, fills, and objects. No need to finalize your construction documentation in another CAD software. When you have finalized the detail drawings, you can place them on predefined company standard layouts and arrange them with graphical methods. Note that these smart master layouts can manage automatic drawing numbering and naming. No need for tedious manual rework before publishing. You can easily incorporate any manufacturer's information within your documentation. Even PDF details can be placed on layouts. You can also explode the PDF information into drawing primitives if you just want to use part of the detail. Like in this case, let's delete some of this window frame detail. To create the final documentation is a snap in ARCHICAD. You need to assemble the document set to be published only once. Any updated information is automatically represented on all the layouts, and the publishing takes just a click. And in just a few seconds, you can browse the published documentation in the PDF document. In a very similar manner, you can publish DWG drawings, or if you prefer, you can print the entire documentation with just one click. Being productive in designing complex buildings means you need to work in a team efficiently. Graphisoft's teamwork concept supports a revolutionary workflow in BIM collaboration. BIM Server allows the online sharing of the BIM model amongst the entire design team without limit on the number of team members. Due to the unique Delta Server technology, only the modifications travel through the network. It allows team members to efficiently join the shared BIM model even via the internet. No heavy hardware specs for the server computer or high bandwidth network is needed. Teamwork in ARCHICAD offers color coding to help with identifying the element ownerships. You can also use instant messaging to communicate with other team members in the context of BIM elements. Project managers can assign tasks to team members and precisely control the team members' roles. For architectural firms having multiple offices working on large projects, we've developed our BIM Cloud solution. BIM Cloud enables multiple offices to collaborate via a common platform, the BIM Cloud Manager. No problem if several BIM Cloud Server computers are deployed in several different locations. Team members from different offices can work together as if they were sitting in the same office side by side. Teamwork messaging via BIMX app can extend team communication even onto the construction site. Architects need to coordinate the design of other disciplines. Building information modeling has advantages also in the coordination of disciplines. Graphisoft advocates an open BIM program, which fosters BIM-based data exchange via open standards and workflows. Working via the open BIM method, designers of other disciplines are not tied to use a proprietary tool. Rather, they are free to select their own design tool based on their professional preferences. To exchange data with other disciplines, you must be able to easily distinguish the discipline's BIM content in your BIM tool. Like in case of structural design, you should be able to visualize the structural part of the model easily. In ARCHICAD, there is a great solution for this: the partial structure display. This type of filtering is automatic and takes only one click. Like you can see in this view, now only the core of the load-bearing elements are visible. Having reduced down the model content to such a structural view will ease the collaboration with your structural engineer. Likewise, in ARCHICAD, you can easily model or import complex HVAC systems to include them within your architectural model. This way, you can have a federated model which contains the HVAC model elements as well. Then you can easily coordinate the HVAC layout with the architectural design. Even clash detection can be carried out, analyzing whether HVAC elements clash with structural ones or not. This concludes my demonstration. I hope you liked what you've seen, and I have convinced you about the advantages of building information modeling over the traditional 2D CAD workflow. Overall, the BIM workflow provides you with a much more efficient workflow than 2D CAD workflows. According to the feedback from our customers, you can save around 20 to 50% of the total time. Besides, with BIM, you can control your project much more efficiently and decide about important design issues earlier in the development phase. This can result in less design errors and construction issues, more profit for all stakeholders, and happier clients. If you want to learn more about our solutions, please visit the Graphisoft website, www.graphisoft.com, and check out our ARCHICAD YouTube channel or contact our local partners. To try ARCHICAD for free for a month, please visit myarchicad.com and download the trial version. You can also use our free-of-charge training materials, which you can also download from our webpage. Have a great time with ARCHICAD, and I hope to see you soon within the ARCHICAD community. I also hope that you'll share the opinion of architects worldwide. ARCHICAD is easy to learn and fun to use.